Hey everybody, this is Vince Miller. Thank you so much for joining me for this devotional. Today we're going to be in John chapter 11. I'm going to read verses 17 through 19. Here's how it reads. Now when Jesus came, so remember he was off close to the Jordan River where everything began and now made his way back toward Jerusalem to a town called Bethany. He found that Lazarus had already been in the tomb for 4 days. Remember, he was told that Lazarus was sick. Of course, he dies, and now he's been dead 4 days. Bethany, this is a little town where they're all at, was near Jerusalem, about 2 miles off, and many of the Jews, so a multitude of Jews, had come to Martha and Mary to console them concerning their brother. So, guys, most of the time when we read this story, the story of Lazarus being raised from the dead, we read it from the perspective of like Mary or Martha. And we do this kind of naturally, mostly because we empathize with them, because we have all been impacted by a family death just like they were. And therefore, we understand how that's hard emotively on all of us. But today, instead of reading and looking at this story from the perspective of Mary or Martha, I actually want you to look at the story from the perspective of Jesus. Because I want to tell you, there's no doubt in my mind that Jesus did not walk into this situation fully aware of what was about to happen to him. I mean, he knew that just over the horizon, literally over the Mount of Olives, on the other side awaited a hill, the hill of Golgotha, just 2 miles from where he stood. He was going to face his own imminent death. He was going to die like Lazarus, be placed in a grave like Lazarus, and be raised again like Lazarus, but that time by his own power days later. And guess what? No one in this moment knew that that was going to happen to Jesus. But Jesus understood that. He was fully cognizant of it. And what he was about to do for this family was this incredible miracle. It was incredibly loving to give them such a great gift, the gift of life and hope to Lazarus and to them. But in kind of a strange way, it was also an object lesson, right? It was a moment that I think Jesus hoped that they would return to after the horrific campaign of events that are about to occur just over that horizon. All the following chapters, we're going to hear about increasing violence toward Jesus. And do you know what makes this moment so amazing to me when I read it from that perspective? The fact that Jesus, in light of imminent danger, can still minister to people in such a loving and compassionate and caring manner, that he gives more thought to others than even himself. Now, Phyllis, that's a savior. A savior, by the way, is a title that you can't give to any other God that we have come up with in our own mind. Our God, our Father, sent his Son, Jesus, who showed us how much he cares about our pain and sorrow, even over his own. You know what that is? That's a savior who is worthy of worship. So fellas, if you need saving today, why have you not come to the compassionate Savior? He delights in you. He knows your pain. He is ready to save, and there is nothing and no situation he can't save you from, because nothing is impossible for him. So do that today. Just let me know your little prayer requests below. Confess that to God, and we and our team of men will be praying for your salvation. I love you guys. I hope this blesses your day. If it has, share it with someone else. I'll see you right back here. Saved again.